Okay, so for our last section of the salmon colored packet, we're going to talk about one, none, and infinitely many solutions when solving equations. And your learning target is going to be that you can solve equations with one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. Okay, so let's look at your notes at the top of the page. Right underneath where it says weird stuff that can happen. So when every number is a solution of the equation is called an identity. And these can be found when both sides of the equation equal each other. So an example of this is if we had 3x plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 3x. They're the exact same on both sides of the equation. Okay, so for the next one it says, if no number exists that is a solution of the equation, we say that the equation has no solution. And these can be found when all of the variables cancel out on both sides. So keep that in mind, on both sides of the equation, and only two different numbers are left, and those two numbers are set equal to each other. So if we work out an entire problem and we had 3x plus 2 is equal to 3x plus 3, and then we subtract our 3x, we're left with we're just left with 2 is equal to 3, and we know that 2 is not equal to 3. So this would be no solution. Okay, so let's take a look at this identity. So the first step we're going to do to solving this equation is distribute the 2, and we get 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times negative 4 is negative 8, plus 16 is equal to, and distribute the 4, and we get 4x plus 8. Now we're going to combine like terms, and we're left with 4x plus 8 is equal to 4x plus 8. And we have the same thing on both sides of the equation, which means that it's an identity. Now let's take a look at a no solution example. So the first thing we're going to do is combine like terms, and negative 15y plus 7y is negative 8y plus 1 is equal to 3 minus 8y. And then we're going to add 8y to both sides. And we see that they both cancel out, and we're left with 1 is equal to 3. And we know that 1 is not equal to 3, so this is a no solution. Okay, now I want you to pause this video and work through these two problems and see if you get an identity or no solution. Okay, so working through the first one, I see that I need to distribute the 10, and I get 10 plus 40m is equal to, and then I distribute the 4, 12 plus 40m. Then I go to subtract the 40m, and I'm left with 10 is equal to 12, and we know that 10 is not equal to 12, so this is a no solution. And then for the second one, I distribute the 4 again, and I get 4x minus 12 is equal to, and then I distribute negative 2. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Negative 2 times negative 2x is positive 4x. And then I look at this equation, and I see that I have a negative 12 and a negative 12, and I have a positive 4x and a positive 4x. They're the exact same equation, just written a little differently. So I can rewrite 4x minus 12 is equal to, and just switch these two, and I get 4x minus 12, which makes this an identity. Okay, so you're probably all sitting there wondering, okay, Miss Massley, so you've taught us what an identity and no solution is, but what does it mean to have one solution? Well, it means exactly what it sounds like. So say we had a problem and it was 4x minus 5 is equal to, let's go with 20. What are we going to do? We're going to add 5 to both sides, and we see that 4x is equal to 25. Then we divide by 4, and x is equal to 25 over 4. That's one solution for that equation. You can only plug in 25 over 4 into x to get the answer to this equation.